Okay, y'all, it's UNG radio station. It's a Tuesday night where we speak to independent entrepreneurs. I'm in the building. We're about to have a good time tonight. I got two special icons in the building, I like to call them. One of them is a book writer. She has multiple windows of opportunity out here for everybody. You know what I mean? We're about to talk to these independent entrepreneurs and see what's going on with everybody tonight. And thank you for tuning in to UNG radio station. We live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. This is what we do. We work hard. First thing first, ladies, how you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
For those that's listening in, thank you for listening. And for those that are watching, I'm in the building with the one and only Johnnie Mae Greene, book writer of the new book called Celebrating Me. And I'm with the one and only Najah Roberts. And both of these black women have a lot of opportunity and a lot of knowledge that they came to share today. They want to talk about the tour that they're about to go on, a Revolution tour, things like that. First of all, Miss Johnnie Greene, thank you for everything you've been doing out the last couple of months.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your success.
Thank you so much.
You've been doing, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great today. I'm glad I thank God for traveling grace, because the last time you did this, with the other authors that I had asked you to interview, I was in D.C. with Dr. Faye Williams. And I'm just so thankful to God to be able to come together with all of these other authors in one room, because it's a blessing to bless someone else. As we have Najah Roberts here, it's a God thing that she and I met. A man by the name of Terrence Scott was in Washington, D.C. I met him. One day he called me up and he said, "You need to meet Najah Roberts. Give her a call and go by and see her." And I called her and I went by to see her. And it's like we've been knowing each other all our life. I can't tell you, it was May 8th. I even remember the day, 3 years ago. My life has totally changed.
Wow.
You know, from meeting her. She's
That's
one awesome lady.
Wow, so I'm honored to be in a building with two awesome ladies, right? All right, that's what I'm talking about. One thing I want to speak to you about is your publishing of your book. I noticed that when we talked on the phone, you hang a lot. I ain't gonna say hang a lot, but you're in Dallas a lot. Dallas, Texas?
Yes. My sister Sylvia Donovan Hines, she published my book.
Okay.
And the name of her company is Chocolate Diamond Publishing Company.
Okay.
And this book, Celebrated Me, was supposed to be a book on travel.
Okay.
I retired in 2016, and I started traveling around 2017, 18, and I actually traveled all during the pandemic.
Okay.
And I thank God that He took care of me, because there was one time I got stranded for 6 months in one place. I couldn't come home until I got my shots. And the time before that was 3 months. And it's just amazing how she said to me when we got ready to do the book on travel, because I had enough data. She said, "Why don't you do your life story, because you have more?" And I'm so glad that the Spirit showed her what I needed to do, and that's what we did. Because if I'd came out with this book in 2019 on travel, who's going to buy a book during a pandemic on travel? Well, but the thing of it is, God is using this woman here and her husband to invite me to go on a 45-day trip, 41 cities. Yes, we're coming to your city or someplace near you.
That's right.
To promote her book.
I want to ask you about that. We're going to get deep. How does it feel to go on tour at 75?
Oh, marvelous.
Marvelous?
I love to travel. I'm single and, and enjoyed it.
Now, you taking the lovely lady on tour, that's a beautiful blessing. You got a lot going on, too. You got a podcast, you got books. One thing about impressed me about your resume, you've been dealing with the Bitcoin, crypto era since like 2008, something like that?
Yes, sir. I've been learning.
Okay.
It's taken until 2017 for me to really get it correct.
All right.
So 2017 is when we really went in head first and just really have been focusing on educating our community.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I need you to educate the people here while you're here today. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't know. A lot of black folks, they get discouraged because you know how people call us and they look at the phone. If it ain't programmed, they don't want to answer it. They think automatically Bitcoin once they download the app. and they start asking your credit card information, they don't want to give up their information.
Right.
Not knowing that this is opening a wallet with coins and et cetera, maybe you can open our eyes up and help some people out with that department. Maybe, do you explain that in your beginner starters kit?
So I do have a Bitcoin starter kit, but basically it just talks about what to do and what not to do. So we don't go into specifically what exchange to use. An exchange is where you exchange your money for Bitcoin.
Right.
But my husband and I own an exchange, so we try to make sure that our community is getting the best information. And so you don't have to open up your credit card and give any of that dealing with our exchange. You just have to go, but you do have to identify yourself.
Right.
We need to know, just like you would open a bank account, in the regular space, you need to open up what's called a Bitcoin wallet in the cryptocurrency space. And so you need your name, your ID, proof of address, and all those things. But once you get past that, then we can get you set up with having your own Bitcoin.
All right, that's important because some people don't know about the bank game. When you go to the bank and you open up an account, they want to know if you want to open up a savings or checking. They say, how much would you like to deposit or start your opening today? Some people say, maybe start with 500. The bank's not going to keep your whole 500 in there. They might keep 100 or 10%, right? I think that's what it is. It's 10%. They take 50 that's in the bank and they take the 450 and they might loan it out to other companies, things like that. So that's the direction you're kind of speaking on with that?
Well, since we go down a little bit of financial literacy, so you're absolutely correct.
Okay,
so they take that 90% that you spoke of and they loan it to somebody for a car, they loan it to somebody else for a house. They get the interest on that, and then they don't give you back anything except your money when you come back to retrieve that. Let's say you said $500.
Right.
So you just, in essence, just gave your money to somebody to allow them to hold it, do what they needed to do to make money with it, and give it back to you. Bad deal.
Oh.
So in the cryptocurrency space, we are our own banks. So we have our own wallets. We control our own funds. If we want to loan it out to somebody, we do that. But if we don't, we hold on to it ourselves. Nobody controls it. We don't have to go and explain why I'm pulling out $10,000. You just do it because that's what you want to do.
That's right.
You want to send it over to Africa. You don't have to go to Western Union and explain why and how and let them take a little piece of it. You don't do that anymore. With cryptocurrency, you can just go from person to person, peer to peer.
Yo, is the Revolution Tour going to have a little bit of that?
All of that.
All right, so everybody need to pay attention to that. These young ladies are going on tour across the United States, and they're going to be talking about this really strong, and it's going to be an eye-opener for us as a people because we don't want to be left behind. We already had a bad start. You know, America got a 500-year jump on us, all right? And now in 2022, it seems like our people are more conscious. We're slowing down on doing idiotic things, and we're doing Negro education. Right now, I'm talking Negro talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking bad, you know what I mean, or hanging out or doing that. We're talking something that's positive, powerful, that can help us with generational wealth that might potentially help one of my children, or all my children, you know, instead of me saying, hey, just graduate, get you a job. No, you know, he might get ready to step into the chain now in high school. You know, it's bigger than Cash App, all right? You know, that's the reason why they changed the name from Staples Center.
Crypto.
That's right. Now, Ms. May, I know you got some questions you want to ask Najah because you're the co-host. The floor is on you.
So I'm just excited because I know you did this trip last year, and I met you in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you and Hill Harper, but a 100-year bumming like Wall Street. So I noticed that we're coming, that's going to be our last stop coming back, and we're leaving out of Lamert Park on May 28th.
Yes.
So the route that we're taking, is there a specific reason why you chose to go the way you did? Is that some of what you did last year?
So this is exactly what we did last year, and we just really wanted to make sure that we are touching almost every inner city black community across the United States. I'm a firm believer that we have to meet our people where they are. So if they're in the projects, we need to be in the projects. So we're not asking people to come out of their hoods to come and hear what we have to say. We're coming to them to give them the education that we need. Because as a brother said, we got to get ahead of this digital space. It's here. So many things are happening that our community is unaware of. It's imperative that we are educating about not just cryptocurrency, but the entire ecosystem. I know we have a pastor and first lady here today. I witnessed on Sunday a church with 2,000 people that just started inside the metaverse. So church, everything we know is changing.
That's right.
And if nobody gives us this information, we are going to be last. And it's going to be devastating.
Right.
Because, it is changing. And when I say in the metaverse, I ain't talking about Zoom. Like they literally have avatars. They're collecting cryptocurrency is the currency that they're paying their tithes in. It's just a whole new ball game.
Right, right.
And so our community has to know, or we're going to be left behind.
They need to know about that. They need an NFT. Are you guys dealing with NFT?
I do. I explain them and make sure that our community understands that if you're buying NFTs, I am a firm believer that you do it for the mission, not for the money.
Okay.
There's a difference because there's over 19,000 cryptocurrencies out there. An NFT is one of those 19,000 some odd that you do it because you're supporting the artist. You're supporting the artist.
That's right.
But you should not expect that there's going to be a resale of that NFT on the secondary market. You do it for the cause. And if it does make you some money later on, that's cool. But for the most part, people they go in thinking they're going to be able to buy one and then flip it. And it's not how it works. In the real world, it's how it works for some folks that have some stuff conjured up. And so we make sure that our community has education all the way around.
We need it, you know what I'm saying? Education is the key. That's the new attraction. Not handsome Mr. Boucher, you know what I mean? Education is the key. That's the only thing that's going to get us through that door, you know what I mean? And that's why you guys are writing books. So I really want to know, how do you feel, all right, since we're talking digital world, the money's going digital. People in this day and time, they have short attention spans. Nobody wants to read a whole book, or they want to go online and read it or read partial. How you guys matching up with that right now?
Mine is online where you can read it. You know.
Also, you got physical and digital.
No, just a physical book.
Just a physical?
Just a physical.
All right, so when you go on tour right now, you guys are going to be having, you're going to be setting up tables, selling physical books?
Yes.
All right, we need everybody to, what's the first city you guys going to?
We'll
first you
be
starting Lamert Park,
We'll
huh?
start in Lamert Park
first.
and then we'll be headed up to Oakland, then Vegas, and then we're heading across to Phoenix, Dallas, Houston, and
Beaumont, Texas.
we're just everywhere.
So I noticed Hill Harper will be joining you
On some of the
May
cities.
28th, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so Hill Harper's a good brother, you know what I mean? He's down to earth, he's been working hard. All right, actor. He does a lot of things behind the scenes.
Yes, he does.
Good. A lot of people that make it in the world to get successful, they forget about the run that they had to get there. And he hasn't forgotten. You know what I mean? He's giving back a lot. We need more of our people to do that. We don't want to become $1 million slaves. You know what I mean? Slaving to the money and forget about. See, some people, you guys are artists. You're book writers, you're a writer. That means you have a voice and a penmanship that's important to the community. Some people stand for something, some people don't. All right, you guys stand for something. So you're powerful. I don't want to say you're a threat to America, but we are very powerful, and America knows it. That either one of y'all can write a book, and it can go and touch the lives of a little girl who could be the first lady in 15 years. Things like that. So I really need y'all to continue doing what you do. You know what I mean? It's important. All right, because I don't want them looking up to these negative programs that they're pushing in our face through commercials, cartoons, a bunch of ignorance. They need to learn about Bitcoin and NFT. You know, don't be a late bloomer on that, because if you are, in 5 years, it's going to be something new anyway. YFL or whatever. You know what I mean? They're going to create something. You know, people don't know the difference between app and phone. I know this compatible works together. So right here on the radio station on June 7th, I'm having an experts conference. We're going to try to fit about 100 people in this room right here, and I'm going to have a few guest speakers come out and talk. A lot of people, I noticed since the pandemic went down, they do vendors pop-ups. They're not knowing that they're extremely powerful also. Vendors matter too. They can get LLC, get a building, they can open up a nonprofit organization. There's so many windows open and people like you can help these people. I wish you guys were going to be in town for this. You know what I'm saying? But I know you're going to be here in spirit, and you're going to have my back no matter what. You see a young brother trying to do something positive.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm going to continue to push you guys. You
Thank
know what
you.
I'm saying? What was your main goal coming to the radio station today?
My main goal was to help someone else.
Okay.
As when I call you up and ask you if you bring my friends who are authors in and interview them while I was out of town, and then bring all of us back together. As I was meditating one night, the Spirit was saying, we need to come together.
Wow.
And there's enough money in this world for everybody. So I do not have to be jealous of my friend here.
That's right.
Like a bonus daughter
That's right.
who's writing a book. I can promote her. I do not have to be jealous of Pastor Elter and Pastor Rucker with
That's
their
right.
books. They
That's
got
right.
books.
They got books.
Not just one. And I can tell you now, I read this one, and everybody, whether you single or married, you need to get this book.
That's true.
Because if I had had this book when I was married, the last marriage,
You
I
still be
probably
married.
would. I might still.
I thought she was gonna say I would have been married a few more days.
Well, I don't want to call them marriage counselors, but they're good at helping marriage couples.
You know what? They're my friends. I've known them for a long time. They're just wonderful.
That's right.
And then I got a hold of this book here, Sisterhood.
Mm.
All of these women came together.
17
to write,
black independent
yes,
black
to
women.
write about entrepreneurship. That really touched my heart. I had ordered that book. And then my good friend, Dr. Ife Williams, who is the president of the National Congress of Black Women's across America,
Okay.
wrote the book on her friend Dick Gregory.
Mm.
I had the pleasure of meeting him, and when I talked to you while you were interviewing them, and I was in D.C.,
Okay.
his son came over the next day, taking me to the train station.
Wow.
Beautiful guy, him and his wife. And I thought, how awesome and cool it would be for all of us to come together. And Najah, she don't have her book with her today, but we will have it on tour.
Right.
All of us come together, showing that we can support each other. That is very important.
That's
so
true.
wherever I go, I will be promoted. Dick Gregory book from Dr. Ife, Tiffany Lauderdale.
I think it's
Elder
very
Rucker.
important as us as people need to read these books. Don't let them sit on the shelf.
It
Read
is.
the book. You know.
And of course,
She got a book called Becoming Najah.
Becoming Najah.
Yes.
She just found out one time.
Well,
That's
I
why-
told you I've been studying.
No, I know he's been doing his homework.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
And the thing of it is, I've been posting on Facebook and Instagram about the tour. And I'm telling people, come to the tent where I'm going to be located, because when you come, I'm going to be sitting there with her book. I'm going to be promoting her. Because I read a story somewhere where these birds was underneath a net. And all they had to do was just fly and get uncaught from underneath the net.
Okay.
But they wouldn't come together.
Wow.
And that's what we have to do. We can all rise together.
Yes.
If we just fly.
That's
and
right.
flip our wings, and we can do it. So I'm truly excited because God has all my life used me to exalt somebody else. And I have to tell you today, you're looking at one, maybe that's why my health is the way it is.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I'm the way I am, because trust me, God has been good to me. That song that says, I've had some bad days and I've had some good days.
Mm-hmm.
The story in this book tells my life. And I know you done read some of it. It's
That's right.
really dim. She started reading, she started crying.
Well, I've been
But-
trying to get on the reading part because, like I said, the internet is distracting us. And
Yeah.
I have a child that's still in school, and we don't get into it, but I tell him, don't go to school and just read the American education. Come home and learn from me too. I got some things that I can share with you. Might not be the best, but I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I got some powerful books. Like I said, my father Muslim, my mother was Hebrew Israelite, and all my family was Christian. So that's a lot. We get in the Word. So I'm trying to I'm out to give him the best direction. And that's why I look at you guys. You know what I mean? You got books. You're on the KBLA talk show.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Now, on the KBLA talk show, what do you guys usually talk about?
So the name of my show is Ahead of the Crypto Curve.
Okay.
So every single day I'm teaching about Bitcoin to our community. no matter if you're in real estate, just no matter what it is.
Do you have a class where people can come attend, or this is free on the radio?
I do. Well, this free on the radio. We do free on the radio every single day, Monday through Friday. Tavis Smiley actually put his neck on the chopping block and allowed me to have the first ever cryptocurrency show on syndicated radio. And so I'm excited about that. And so it's been going well. But I do have courses right here in Inglewood. And so I'm just whatever I can do. We have a kids camp for children to learn emerging technologies. It's called Crypto Kids Camp.
Wow.
So they don't just learn cryptocurrency. They learn about blockchain and drones
Wow.
and really exactly what you said. You know, our children are really our parents and our grandparents need to get word. We need to hit them to the fact that going to school right now, getting a good education is the start.
True.
But not going out and getting a good job, which is what the issue is, because a lot of our children are now discovering that $100,000 a year out the gate, they can be flying a drone.
I got you.
They can be programming that app on their phone. And so we're teaching them the skills that it's going to take for them to really be thriving. We ain't got to be security guards no more.
That's right. Everything's on
Period.
software.
We don't have to do any of that
That's
anymore.
right.
Time out for labor stuff. We can really get in here and teach our children what we need to do to really close this wealth gap. Because the stuff that we're going to school for, even if somebody wants to be a doctor, and I know we got a short time, even if a child tells me they want to be a doctor, that is great, but you need to add robotics to that, because robotics is what's happening inside of every single one of these examination rooms are surgery, during the surgeries. And so we got to get our kids critically thinking, this is where I am today, but what does 10 years look like when I graduate because I want to be this dentist? What does it look like? So we get you now learning how to do all the technology that's around that. And so that's something that our community is missing, because we still got this whole message. Go to school, get a good education, go get a good job. And there are really, I don't want to say, jobs are not what jobs are not what they should be.
That's right.
And I will just say that all jobs are not what they should be. So we want to give our children a good chance. And the bottom line is, any graduating class right now, be it high school or college, that is graduating without the understanding of the technologies that are available today, we are at a disadvantage.
That's the truth.
And there's no way we're going to make it.
Wow, I just mentored some kids last week, and I noticed in the 6th grade class that they're under pressure for not having so many views or likes on TikTok. So I was like, the student, everybody dealt with bullying a little bit, and they're bullying each other because you don't have 100,000 likes, or you don't have 100,000 followers. When you said it was robotic, if you notice, have anybody been in a classroom lately in this year and time?
Yeah. Yes.
They have a computer at every desk.
Yes.
And the teachers are allowing them to use, I don't want to use the word allow, but it's mandatory to use a tab or a phone or a computer. So I'm wondering to myself, how they get education? You can just actually Google what you need and pass the test.
Yeah, you definitely can do that.
So since they got that access, they need what you just said, the educational, these black programs, the real black programs that's actually really going to give it to them to say, hey man, did you know the rapper Akon that y'all like? This guy that took $1 billion from China and opened up a whole city in Africa and has his own coin. You're next. Don't worry about the TikTok views. You're next. We're going to get you a UNG coin. We're going to get a Najah Roberts coin. We're going to get a Johnnie Greene coin. I don't know if I'm throwing in the universe. You got where I'm going with it? And people like you can help instruct people in that direction.
Absolutely.
So before we get out of here, I need you guys to let everybody know once again, you're going on tour. They come into all the major cities in the United States all through the summer. And when they get to Tulsa, I need y'all to hit me before you get there so I can hook y'all up with Tiffany Croucher. Her brother is the one who got killed by a white female police officer about 4 years ago, and she's one who orchestrates these marches down Wall Street.
Okay.
And Cleo, he owns several stores on Black Wall Street. He owns the Black T-shirt Wall Street, and he's a good friend of mine. And I already spoke to him about you, Johnny.
You know I'm going to call you.
Hey, I'm with it. You're going to see. I'm going to be there for June 18th, the June 19th, the Juneteenth.
Yeah,
We'll be in Miami.
We'll be in Miami, and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacksonville's on the 19th.
Well, y'all gonna have a good time, because I read somewhere that Jacksonville was in the top 10 cities in America for black people to go to right now.
Well, we got a big, huge event in Jacksonville. Actually, Jacksonville is the 20th. I remember
Right.
that because it's the day after June.
Miami is the 19th.
Yeah, Miami's the 19th.
All right, that's important, because a lot of people are sheltered right now, but the youngsters, they use the word "we out the house." So you guys are out the house.
Out the house.
Instead of going to
I've
the
been
beach,
out the house.
instead of going to the beach or messing around, you guys are doing something that's positive. You're
Yeah.
on tour.
Yep.
All right, so when you go on tour, this is what you guys need to expect when you go on tour. A busload of education coming off that bus. These guys can help you with your books. There's a lot of people out there that never had a book out but want help. They're going to be looking forward for you, Miss Greene. They're going to need help with the Bitcoin game. So all I see is nothing but positive vibes. You know what I mean? And I wish you guys the best of luck. And I don't even like to use the word luck. This is success. Hard work equals success.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got last words you want to say, Najah? Because I know you got to
No,
go
I just
on.
want to thank you, my brother, for having us today, and thank you for having this fabulous facility
Thank you.
and educating our youth and taking this back from the belly of the beast that held most of us.
That's the truth.
And this is incredible. For those of you that don't know that are on Miss Johnnie's feed, I guess we can talk about that. But we're sitting in what used to be a parole office. And so I definitely had to check in one time here. So when I said this, because he asked me had I ever been here before, and I said, well, I don't know what this looked back like back here, but this, I used to, the parole office, but just once I had to check in out here. But anyway, other times was in Moreno Valley. But anyway, I'm silly, y'all. But anyway, so no, I just really appreciate you and what you're doing in the community. And anytime we can do anything, we definitely got to get a Crypto Kids camp happening right here in this parking lot. So as soon as we get back, I'll be talking to you about partnering with your organization to make sure that these kids get what we have to offer.
Oh,
so
wow.
that definitely is what this is about.
Yes.
Okay. Part 2, Experts Conference, kids, what'd you say?
Crypto Kids Camp,
Crypto Kids Camp. What's the age starting off with that?
5 to 17.
Why not, huh? You see babies in strollers on the phone.
Oh yeah, they on the
You know
phone.
what I mean?
Give me that back. They know how to fix it. So
That's
yeah,
the
we
truth.
got it.
It makes
Yep.
no excuse for a child or a parent not to know what's going on. We got so many positive YouTube channels like Tamika Riley, Dr. Umar. We got so many people that's actually doing things. I don't know if everybody agrees with Tyreek Nasheed, but we got so many powerful people on there. It doesn't make sense that you're not paying attention, y'all. You don't need to go to TikTok and just look at the reels and all the jokes and everything. Enough of the jokes. Just a 15-minute window a day of jokes. After that, let's get serious. All right, because we don't want to be left behind like Najah said. I don't want to be left behind, you know what I'm saying? I got business to take care of, you know what I'm saying? I want to be like Miss Greene. Continue at the age of 75. Don't be mad at me steady saying your name, your age.
Oh, that's okay.
It's impressive.
You know what? I'm just so grateful to God. I tell my age all the time. I put it out on Facebook all the time. And a lot of time my godkids says, why you put your age out there? Because, you know, you don't look your age. You're discounting some of these younger guys. No.
It's all right.
But I'm grateful to God that he allowed me to
That's
be here.
right.
Because December I'll be 76 and I'm still going strong. And I give all the praise and glory to God.
You've been rebirthed. So you got to go on tour and do all these things. Just eat healthy, do your thing, keep pushing the word, and God got you. You know what I mean? My brother Andrew Young, he's 90 plus years old. He's still moving around. And it makes me feel great every time I see him. He doesn't say, I know you. He goes, what's up, Boucher? He knows me. You know what I mean? And people don't know who Andrew Young is. He walked with Martin Luther King for multiple years, all right? When I got the blessing to work at Morehouse College, I used to work with a lot of Martin Luther King's family members and Andrew Young's family, and Joseph L. Lowry, David Abernathy. It was so many powerful people down there that I didn't even know I was surrounded by. And they would always call me Cali at first because I was hustling. Like Tavis Smiley, I met him in 95, 96, right after he left BET News. I was outside in my car, and I didn't know his shop was right there on Vernon and Crenshaw, and I parked right at his shop, right where El Pollo Loco is, and I put all my oils and incense on top of the car, and I was hustling. And I seen Debbie Allen, and I said, you can't get past me today. I got some oils for you. And he seen that I could talk her out of buying something from me, and he hired me on the spot.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Tavis Smiley for being a true brother.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He for the community. When he learned that BET sold it to Viacom, others, he left that alone and he exposed the world. People looked at him funny at first, but now they know. All right? But look, this is UNG radio station. Najah gotta go. Don't go nowhere. Stay locked with us. Miss May is here. She's co-hosting the show. We got the Rucker family in the building. We're gonna be talking to everybody. We got the one and only film director Levi Otis here in the building. Brother L is also in the building. We're gonna be having a major conversation all night tonight, talking about this book writing, this positive education, and these positive vibes. This is UNG radio station. All right, y'all. Let's get it, y'all.